So my name is Ali Hendricks. I'm a cinema manager. I've been working at the Little for about 3 years. I came to watch Mary Poppins Returns with my mum and my sister, and I remember sitting in that seat there, the single one. So a special kind of community feel to it. The staff are nice, the screens are nice, and you just get a slightly more personal interaction. Cinema's been around for a long time. It's had a few challenges. I think in the 80s it went through a particularly kind of rough patch, but the saviour of the Little was the film Ghostbusters. When that came out, there were just queues around the block, and that was enough to kind of bring the cinema out of its, the money pit it was in. COVID is an obvious one. There was a big drop in customers then, and everyone's still kind of recovering. Even 5 years later, it's been tricky. A constant adjustment around streaming as well. So there used to be a bigger window between films being at the cinema and going to streaming or going to DVDs, Blu-rays, whatever. Whereas that's tightened up now, which makes it a bit tricky. So there's a lot of kind of negotiation. On a bigger scale, since the cinema started, it's kind of made the transition from a news theatre to showing feature films, to sort of being heavily independent films, to being taken over by Cineworld about 20 years ago, I think. So it's gone through a load of different periods. I know it's kind of got the nice compromise between blockbusters and independent. So originally they had 35mm projectors, so it would have been film and kind of the thing that you imagine when you think of a projector screen. But no, it's all digital, so it's all preloaded playlists. We can edit them, change them, but all of the screenings kind of happen automatically. It's just the lights and the masking that we do manually. But you learn on the job, so it's a bit of technical understanding, but it's very different to the kind of stuff that you'd use for, MP4s and stuff. Very different. So yeah, I'm still pretty technically useless outside of cinema projectors. I have never seen anything too scary. You do occasionally get a weird vibe because, these screens are big, they're dark, they're cold, and when it's just you, so on the close, it'll just be me in a front of house, and they'll be downstairs just shutting up the kiosk and things, so I'll be turning all the lights off up here and leaving, and you get a vibe. I don't think there's anything sinister, but you do get a vibe. So an average day, I would come in, unlock, turn off the alarm, and start setting up the screen. So that would be putting the lights on, turning on the projector, which I've forgotten to do a few times, and checking the playlist. So you're checking to make sure that we've got all the films, got all the trailers, and then setting alarms on my phone so that I can be there to turn the lights on and off at the right times. Something most customers won't know about this cinema is that we haven't actually upgraded the lighting or masking for this cinema yet. So the lighting and masking for this cinema is still done by the managers like me or supervisors sort of running around to put lights up and down. So if the lights don't go up on time, you can blame one of us. They've not deliberately left it, but we find a lot of sushi. Especially in screen 1 because it's got the rake so it goes down. When someone drops sushi at the back, it rolls all the way to the front, so especially in summer you'll just find like random bits of sushi along the front because they've all gone to Itsu first. That's the one that gets me the most.